Hey everybody, it's the coach. This is the NFL on EA Sports. We're just about set to get started, and this ought to be a good one between the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the Tennessee Titans. With that, let's get you up to Nashville and Nissan Stadium. For the call, we welcome in our broadcast team, Brandon Godden and Charles Davis.
Well, Coach, being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have today in Nashville at Nissan Stadium. This crowd here fired up for football as a moment ago their Titans were introduced. This should be a good one as the Titans get set to match up with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. They come into this one knowing it's been a while since tasting victory. They've dropped 4 in a row.
Can they remember what it was like to win a game? In these types of situations, you're looking for someone to inspire you, and it doesn't have to be one of your best players either.
On the other side of the field for the visiting Bucs. And nice work on the return as they'll start their drive just past the 30-yard line. They come off a disappointment last time out that put an end to their modest 3-game win streak. Now a carry by the third-year man. This is Austin Eckler. And he's got a good gain of 7 up to the 37. On second down, Eckler. And he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the second level.
They'll try to pick up the first with Eckler. Well, they hit him in the backfield, and he will not escape. And that is not going to get it done. Well, so much for picking it up on the ground on third down. Third play of the drive, and this defense showing strong early.
I wonder how much of that was scouting. I wonder how much of that was a gut feeling like, okay, let's just go ahead and sell out here and get after them, thinking they're going to run the football and stump them early, because they've now set the tone. They've set a precedent right here. If you're going to try and run the ball against us, it could be hard going throughout this game.
This is Dion Lewis now in his 9th NFL season. And able to break 1 tackle, but then quickly brought down. Levante David, the Bucs' leading tackler, 6 of the last 7 years in there to make the stop. From the 17, Tannehill. And this is incomplete. The intended receiver that time, Adam Humphries. And it'll bring up third down.
Had an open man that time, but ended up putting a little too much heat on it, don't you think, partner?
Absolutely. Just needed a touch more air under it. Instead, he fired an absolute bullet. Tannehill. And he's got a man, Corey Davis. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pickup there, 21 yards. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Lewis here on first down. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. On the handoff, here's Lewis running right. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
And there we see an early burst that makes him one of the leading rushers in the league.
Well, I want you to know, I listened to you yesterday when we were watching film. You said write down the word vision for him. It was on display there, wasn't it?
It certainly was, because he allows the blocks to set up in front of him. And if that continues, it'll be a long afternoon for those guys trying to play some defense.
25 yards that time. They'll run on first down. It's Lewis. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. Dion Lewis, his 4th touchdown on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Santos with the extra point. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stop it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And the last drive, their first drive, 3 and out. What changes here, if anything?
I think it's making sure the guys that you trust the most with the ball, the biggest playmakers you have, that they touch it on this possession to try and get things moving.
So get it to the horses.
Without a doubt. They're the ones that typically end up in the end zone.
He lost 9 there. That's really going to set him back for second down. Jameis to throw it. There's the Penn State man. It's Chris Godwin. 20, 10, touchdown, Tampa Bay. Chris Godwin, 76 yards, as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. This one fielded at the 5. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. That last drive, it was a good mix. Run, pass, defense on their toes.
And what really helps out in a big way is when you're doing the run-pass mix and everything's working, that means that they're guessing wrong every time on defense. They think you're going to pass when you run and vice versa. I would continue that, and when they finally draw a beat on you, maybe you mix it up a little bit with play action and throw the ball.
And will they maintain that balance? Time to find out. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. That one a gain of 20 and a first down. On first down, it's Lewis. He's got the first down and more inside the 40. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Dion Lewis with his second touchdown of the game and 5th on the year. And the Titans have taken the lead. Santos able to tack on the extra point. Seeing some pretty good offense here in this first quarter.
It's been a wild start to this quarter, as you noted. And now with that lead that we're seeing, can they retaliate? I get the sense this one's going to go back and forth all game long.
And that probably won't be the last long touchdown that we see in this one. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And following that long touchdown pass, a one-play drive last time, see if the defense, you know they're ready. They don't want that to happen again.
And you would have thought they would have been ready the last time. I mean, that's what you work on all the time. Make sure that no one gets behind you. That's the cardinal sin of defense, not giving up the long pass. They did. Let's see how they adjust.
On the ground, it's Eckler. He's got the first down and more past midfield. And a big gain that time. He's out of bounds on what will be the final play of this first quarter. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. Winston now to throw on first down. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 11, and the Bucs have a first down. Running on first down, Eckler. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. From the 16, Winston. He finds his target. It's Evans. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. No gain there on the completion. It'll be 2nd down. They come up here with another shot from the 6-yard line, and it's 2nd and goal now. They go back to the ground now with Eckler. And he's going to press this one forward as they stop him right around the 1. A nice run there as he picks up 6. It's going to be 3rd and goal now. 3rd and goal, Winston. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. Kiki QT. His 2nd touchdown on the season, as they are an extra point away now from tying this football game. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And we've got a tie game here in a back-and-forth first half. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. He'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line.
Let's go.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this...
And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
The throw over the middle taken in. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down.
One thing I can say pretty safely, that route is not called if you don't have a guy who can throw the ball and put some mustard on it. Because if you're going to lollipop it in the middle of the field, bad things usually happen. It takes a strong-arm guy who can rifle it in there, and they were able to successfully complete that one.
Now it's Tannehill off the bootleg, eluding the pressure right. It's caught by Davis. And he's got the first down yardage before being taken down at midfield. 23 yards on the play. Second quarter, 2 minutes to go. Tie ball game. Coming up at halftime, we remind you once again that we're going to check in with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have stats and scores from around the NFL as we reach now, hard to believe, the halfway point of the season. Time flying.
It certainly is. Time to get the sweaters out, my man.
A loss of 2 there. 2nd down. On 2nd and 12, Tannehill flushed out right. And his throw's going to be incomplete. Corey Davis, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Escaping the pressure right. This one caught by Davis. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 37. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause, to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
On 2nd and 7, Tannehill. That's complete to Sharp. And this is going to lead to another first down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 20-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. From the red zone now, Tannehill rolling to his left. And he's not able to get away. Sacked back at the 22. Now Tannehill saying, let's get to the line. Another try after the first down sack. Tannehill, and he'll hit his tight end, Walker. Now a timeout taken. Perhaps a chance for one more quick play and then another timeout if they hurry. We'll see. So on 3rd down, the field goal unit will come out as they'll try to get 3 before half. And Santos able to put this one up and through. It's good. And they take a 17-14 lead. So a late 3 there, and that'll help as they head into the break.
Talk about situational football and something they've worked on since the OTAs and mini camps the previous summer. They take care of the ball, get 3 points, knowing they're going to get the ball to start the second half. That's the old 2.
Well, I know we hold off on the halftime update after all. Seems like everyone's ready to go here for the second half in Week 8 in the NFL. This is taken at the 3. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32-yard line. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. They have the lead now. They'll be looking for some separation here as we begin the third quarter.
I like the way you turn that because now I think they go a little bit deeper into their playbook. They like what they did in the first half. That worked okay. But in order to get the separation that you just talked about, change things up a little bit. Change your tendencies. Try and hit them a little bit more with some things they didn't see in the first half.
See if they do just that.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
On 2nd and 11 now. Tannehill, flush to his right, going for it all. And that is caught, but the back judge right there to say incomplete. The intended receiver there was Jonnu Smith, and it's 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. It'll be a gain of 8, but it'll also lead to a 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Well, looking at it from a defensive perspective, that keeps the deficit very, very manageable. You know, all things considered, not a bad job on the defensive side.
I would say that you've pointed out something pretty good right there, and that is you actually have both sides happy with that exchange. You know, happy in quotes, of course. One team, hey, we've kept it within range. The other side saying, hey, we put points on the board and did stretch out the lead. Let's see how this one turns out.
Yeah, still bottom line, though, 3 points for the opening drive of the third quarter. The cornerback, it's Logan Ryan who brings him down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And they see right through that defensively as he'll be hit and taken down to the backfield.
There's not one guy, it's another with this defense. I mean, this is the #1 unit against the rush in the entire NFL. They know how to cover for each other, and yeah, they've got great players. They also have very dependable players, too.
Now Winston. And he's going to have the hook up to QT. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A big pickup there, 18 yards and a Buccaneer first. Winston in the offense with a 1st and 10, and he's completed all 7 of his passes thus far. Here is Eckler. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Once more, here's Eckler. And he'll get it inside the 40 to the 39.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a 1st down. Keep the sticks moving.
A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. Once again, it's Barber. They'll get 4 on 2nd down, but it leaves them with 3rd and still 9 to go. Now play number 7 of this drive, but it's a tough 3rd and 9. Working out of the gun, Winston. And he fires one that's intercepted. Picked off near the 29.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Here's Tannehill, eluding the pressure right. He's going to take off with it. And a flag comes in as that one falls incomplete. Well, let's see who this is on. So he was past the line of scrimmage when he threw it.
And as they say, that's a no-no. Got to be able to understand where you are on the field and not cross the line before throwing the ball downfield.
Finding room inside the 40. It's caught. Humphreys. And down to the 28-yard line. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. They'll run on first down. It's Lewis. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Now a timeout being called as there's an injured Titan down on the field. While the training staff takes a peek, we'll take a break. Back now in Nashville. It's the Titans. They've got the football. They'll be looking to extend their lead here as we begin the fourth quarter. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bringing up a key third down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity, because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key third down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go.
We see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
So that's a big one. Obviously, Charles makes it a two-score game. His third field goal of the game, able to knock it through.
Yeah, not exactly free and clear yet, but as a defense, you get to play a little bit looser, don't you? Because you do now have a little bit of a margin of error, don't you?
Ball up to the 35 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He'll get this to Eckler. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. On 1st and 10, Winston. He's going to hit his man out of the backfield, complete. It'll be a gain of 4, and it'll be a second down. Winston. His throw incomplete. He was looking for Chris Godwin that time. 3rd down here. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This will be 3rd and 6. Again, it's Winston. On the screen, this is Eckler. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage on the play back at the 46. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. The Bucs go for it. It's Winston. Oh, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Super Bowl 49 hero Malcolm Butler. And nothing there on the return. They've got the football, but they'll have to start this drive at their own 4-yard line. After the interception, here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let it go deep. Right sideline. And it's knocked away and incomplete. The former first-round pick, Vernon Hargraves, the one who was there defensively. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Now this one complete to Corey Davis. And this is going to double their room to maneuver, able to get it from the 5 to the 10-yard line.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect them to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe. One of the money routes for any offense, the drag route. So tough to defend because the receiver can stop at any point and make himself available to the quarterback and get a completion. But I love the communication we saw there. All the defenders pointing out the receiver where he was going, and then they're able to rally to the ball after the catch and stop him short of a first down.
So it's Buccaneer football as we welcome you back. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. Daquan Jones fighting his way home to get the sack. 2nd down and goal. Winston to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss it? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened? it.
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Meanwhile, on third down, they take a shot at the end zone, but it's incomplete. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning, hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces fourth down. And the Titans are going to recover the football. A tough one there. They certainly wanted that when they needed it, but they didn't absolutely have to get it. They still do have 3 timeouts.
You're exactly right. They had to attempt it. But even though they didn't get it, as you noted, with 3 timeouts, if they can get these stops on defense, all hope is not lost.
And Walker has it. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play.
Set. 10 logo. Tight to the right, boy. Tight to the right. Ready?
Throwing now, Tannehill. Throwing the out route, incomplete. That's Walker. The Bucs going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Stick the oar. Got one. Get it.
Now Tannehill sliding out of the pocket. He finds Humphries. The Bucs forced to use their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. On first down, it's Lewis. And on this one, he'll get to the 15, right at the 15-yard line. 10 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. An ideal down and distance to try to finish this thing off. 2nd and inches. And here he'll get it down to the 7. It's a gain of 8 there, and that should be enough to seal the victory.
He's still rumbling, isn't he? Still looking fresh in this one despite the heavy workload. But you and I both know, well-conditioned, and he did tell us that he thrives on being at his...
And he's across for the late touchdown. And in the final seconds, that one should just about put a capper on this game.
And that touchdown should make you feel comfortable. But do you really feel like it's totally over yet?
Not totally, but I think you're pretty much there.
Yeah, you still got to make sure you stay with it, do all the right things down the stretch, especially on defense. But that touchdown there, you've got to feel good about your chances.
Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
To throw, Winston. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A well-executed 22-yard gain. Jameis now 11 of 16 through the air. It's 1st and 10. Throwing, Winston. He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So this one, a Tennessee Titan victory. And it was their defense that led the way, allowing just 3 points, that lone field goal in the entire second half.
And remember the old adage, offense sells tickets. Defense does what?
Wins championships.
And in this game, maybe a championship wasn't won, but a game was by the defense, right? Held them to just a field goal. That's a heck of a job. I mean, when they went out there with that determination and a pretty good game plan, pretty good idea of what they wanted to accomplish, just love the execution, love the tenacity, love the way they finished.
So for Tennessee, they'll finish the first half of the schedule dead even at 4-4. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Carolina Panthers. Meanwhile, for Tampa Bay, they fall a game under the 500 mark at 3-4 through 7 games. And they'll be on the road next week as they get a date with the Seahawks in Seattle. That'll do it for us.
one up and up is magic. With the gang, we ball out, it can get tragic. All we got, we gon' let you have it. Stuck in my ways, think I need to change my habits. What would you do if you were me and didn't have it?
Now let's take a minute to see how you can improve your team. Start your week by installing your game plan.
You say that you proud of me, I turn my back, you laughing. Now I hit the scene, they like lights, camera, action. Living in a dream, now my music, they be blasting. Step out, I'm a star, always in the latest fashion. Had to set the bar, try to catch me lacking. Bank account for my son, he won't have to struggle. You can see it in my eyes, all I do is hustle. They tried to knock me off my feet, I'm ready to rumble. Felt like I